Michael, I want to keep the interview going, but I thought we'd make the conversation a little bit more interesting with a game we call Word Sneak. Here we go. Here's how it works. We each have cards with random words written on them, and our goal is to work these words into the conversation as casually and seamlessly as possible. Make sense?
Got it.
All right, so now
okay.
You look at your top card, I'll look at mine. You start it off and let the Word Sneak begin. Michael, any plans for the summer?
This summer, yeah. I love getting outdoors. You've been to, Venice Beach. They got like the bicycles and like the rollerblades.
Oh yeah, I love Venice.
And you just kind of like to go through that.
And do you go right home when you go from the beach? You go right into your house?
No. I either drive, but sometimes like the 405 is so packed. There's like there's boats or tugboats or things like that. I just kind of try to.
You snuck in your word already. I was just saying, if you go to your house, there's probably sand all over the place, so you got to get a Roomba to clean it up. But it's no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's good. So you do that, and then you go on the 405. You know what I like to do when I used to drive? I used to just get a little nervous. Get a little nervous before I drive. So
really?
Yeah, but my grandpa told me a little trick. Throw down a couple Appletinis before you make sure you don't
really
drive too fast. Yeah, of course, yeah.
See, that's crazy that he told you like the Appletinis. For me, I'm an eater. I eat. So that would really like settles my stomach and my nerves when I do drive. It's crazy. It's sometimes refried beans and like
refried beans is what calms your nerves down.
Yeah, with nachos. I'm saying? I like the nachos. Sometimes you gotta put the layer of refried beans.
Oh, I can't eat that stuff. I can't eat that stuff because I blow up like a medium-sized ostrich. And then people are like,
really?
Yeah, medium. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I can't do that type of stuff anymore.
And then if you blow up like a medium-sized ostrich, the nachos that I usually, sometimes. You might chew on something crazy, and
I guess.
The teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, your tooth. So you're crazy. Like my dentist actually stopped seeing me, and I had to go see, John Cena's dentist. Yeah, I had to go see him one time. He took me in last minute. It was great.
John Cena's dentist?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's interesting because the dentist actually says you can't see me as he's operating on you. I know that dentist because I went to this weird party a couple years ago, and I ended up in a hot tub with John Cena's dentist. Was in there. Crazy, a lot of people in there. Cindy Adams in there. Biv from Belle Biv DeVoe is in there. Could have been Belle. I think it was Biv though. Biv was there. This dude who played bass for one of Brian McKnight's tours. The dude who drew Scooter, he did the voice of Scooter from Muppet Babies. He was in there. The kid from Jerry Maguire was in there.
Really?
He was in there. It was just, I had to get the hell out of there.
I mean, what kind of, that's a big hot tub.
It was a small pool. But all those people in there at once made it hot,
I got you.
Yeah, he did it right up.
Yes.
Yeah. You ever been to like a crazy party or something?
Yeah, you know what? I'm more of a, I'm a homebody. And I sometimes I pick up hobbies. Like I don't know, guitar or, tattooing was something that I was interested in at one point.
Wow, that's an interesting hobby.
Sometimes I do random piercings, lip piercings and stuff like that. If you wanted it, I could like give you like a lip ring. I could do that. If that's what you were into.
I'm really scared of that. That's scary. It really is scary.
Oh, that sounds like what is that? Was that Bugs? It sounds like Bugs Bunny.
Oh, you wascally wabbit. That's my man. He set me up. Michael B. Jordan. That's my man right there. His new movie, Without Remorse, is available tomorrow on Amazon Prime Video. Hey, hey.